Here we are, rolling live. This is the Synergy Chef, Richard, posting a first live video just to share with the world who I am and where I'm coming from in this world, so that we can go back in time, make things right. My family history is a little peculiar. Abuse, mental, physical, psychological, sexual, any form of abuse that exists in my world and my family. And so I am here to live and create in this world as myself, and to be the change in my family and not repeat the patterns and habits of generations past. I have two beautiful daughters, age 9 and 10 right now, going on 18 and 21 sometimes. And right now in my life, at my stage of my life, I feel like
I'm practiced in ancient art.
My daughters are my world, and my son, who is 17 years old, who I wish we had a time machine. Wish we could always go back and make things different. Matthew, I love you, and I wish and hope and all, hoping that I do truly love you, and I miss you, and I always hope for the future. This last week has been really intense, inspirational, motivational. My dad asked me I had a conversation with my dad, if you can believe that. He asked me how I found time for Facebook, because that's one of our sore spots between he and I. He chose to eliminate his Facebook because I posted stuff on his page that I would hope that he would learn and get to know, and it embarrassed him, and so he chose to eliminate his Facebook page. And so I've held responsibility in my psyche for that. This video is completely unscripted, so I'm just going to let it flow and do my best to keep it under 10 minutes to express everything that I feel is truly important at this point in time, in this life, in this world, for everybody that's alive. Everybody that's alive that wishes to be truly alive and live and love and laugh. I've actually laughed a few times this week, and that's a beautiful. If I could only communicate how wonderful it feels to laugh. I withheld from doing laughter yoga because I knew my laughter would not be a real laugh, because I was holding into so much hurt and anger and frustration and irritations from things external of me that really have no application in my life. I have now chosen to live and love and laugh about things that have happened to me, and not play the victim of the circumstances that I chose to allow myself to be in the past, and am standing strong in evolving my personal progress, letting go of the past, and speaking my mind, saying what needs to be said, doing what needs to be done in the moment, immediately, living in the now, instead of holding on to and stuffing and suppressing emotions and causing self-anguish and suffering for a time that might need to be medicated later somewhere down the road with Alzheimer's or some other crazy disease that I've chosen to take on. Chosen to take on? Yes, unfortunately in our world, as we are all riddled with disease, we chose to take those diseases on, either for ourselves, or for our children, or for our whole families, just out of pure unawareness and ignorance to the effects of our choices. I am extremely aware of the impact of my choices. I see immediately, 90% of the time, sometimes all the time, the immediate impact of my actions, and I'm learning how to stand up and speak out and be always in the forward motion with life, and to not stagnate in the fear of what others might think of what I have to share and say. I know that things that have happened to me in my life and things that have happened to my family, my sisters, my brothers, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, that's all what I know who have had things happen to, and I can only guess that if we go farther back in our family history, you'll find more, deeper, darker, hidden secrets of some kind. As I started to share, at this time in my life, I'm nearing, I could say this, I'll be 40 next year, only 38 right now. I'm grateful to enjoy the last month and a half, 2 months here, being 38. June is in a couple of days, so the last 2.5 months to go. Familiar history, I believe somewhere in this age range is when men of my lineage on one of parental sides has chosen to sexually assault or abuse their family. And in my immediate family, we never had a parent do this. We had a uncle type like figure. Was not blood related, but came into our life through family associations, and while my parents didn't perpetrate the experience, they allowed the experience with some subconscious awareness of something being done that was against their children's wills, but each one of us, each and every one of us, afraid to speak the truth of what was happening and going on, and to stand up and say no, and to make things cease in the moment. And I have to accept responsibility for being the first that allowed it to infiltrate my family. I'm grateful to know that it could have been worse, as my father said. It could have been worse. No one was penetrated in any orifice. We were only inappropriately touched. And that's just a fact of life. So, in this sad reality that we call life, I have chosen to be the difference in my family, to not allow this to happen. As I have the care and responsibility for 2 beautiful angels and my son, who I share a disparaged relationship with. I only hope and pray to have healthy, happy relationships with my children, so that they can grow up happy and healthy and continue the ball rolling in a happy and healthy, positive direction. And there's no reason to not seek happiness at all times. There's no reason to lay a victim of any circumstance. We have responsibility for our own lives, and we must stand up and take that responsibility and move forward through whatever muck and mire we have in front of us. Whether it's all the conflicts and drama of everybody and everything else that's going on in the world. That's been a really major distraction for me. Yes, I'm primarily focusing on just supporting family and taking care of the home front is always the primary focus. And then having all of the stresses and the dramas of all of the people and the things that are going on in the world, and the whole one in the whole world of the whole order of hypocrisy and false philanthropy and all the negative that exists in the world. And I've allowed all that negative in the world to consume too much of my focus and to drag my spirit down. And this too all had a purpose. I believe it's important for us to know what's out there and to be aware of the monsters that lurk, and we have to be able to protect ourselves and protect our families, and that comes on all stages and all fronts, whether it's helping make intelligent, educated decisions on what to wear, or how to present oneself, how we eat, how we think. All of these things are vitally important representations that we portray in our daily lives, and our children learn how to repeat and emanate exactly what we are doing. Unless someone is wise enough and brave enough to stand up and break the mold. And that's what this video is about, breaking the mold. I guess that's one of the things this video is about, breaking the mold. We must all break the mold of our ancestors and take the good of everything that's in the world and focus on developing our goodness, our godness, our truth, our love. Just being ourselves, being our truly divine selves, and finding out exactly who we are inside here, and bringing them into a unity. I love you, every one of you, every single one of you, as a human being, as my brother, as my sister. I see you as my kindred, and I'm grateful to be able to say that truly from the bottom of my heart, as I now truly know and feel love for myself, and am taking care of myself, and expressing myself, and speaking from and for myself to be myself. Thank you, every single one of you, my true joyful inspirations. I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit here so I can show you. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay, can we get this position just right? Can we only get the t-shirt or the face? Okay, I guess I have to move back. That brings back the microphone. I like this up close and personal so you can see who I am, and I can see that I'm sharing my truth with you directly in the face. I have nothing to hide. It's a big crazy world out there, and if we focus on the problems, we'll never find the solution. It's time to focus on the solutions, be the solution, be the change, pay attention to what's going on out there. I will post links on the bottom of this if you're able to find the link for this video to other videos and other information that I know is critical and viable and beyond all explanation of importance, that we have a true knowledge and understanding of who we are. Checking out. We'll see you again soon. Feel the love. AngelChocolate.com, SynergyChef.com. We'll see you out there.